Alright, so quick video. Just want to give you guys some tips and tricks on Trials of Osiris. I kind of use this mindset and these tips in my everyday life, but when it comes to video games, it's more applicable. And what I mean by that is that these qualities of being determined, being positive, being upbuilding, this all affects how your mind is going to take in information and of course dish out information, how it's going to feel, how you're going to feel emotionally, and how you're going to make your teammates feel emotionally. First thing to do is to get good. If you're not good enough, practice every day, 3-hour 5-hour sessions with a certain gun that you really like, certain special that you really like, heavy. Make sure that you're down with your subclass. You know what subclass you want to use. Make sure you have a backup subclass as well, just in case the enemy is just like being really ridiculous. You know, there are a bunch of Superman and Gokus on the other team. Make sure you have counters for that. All right. Another thing is, most likely if you're a diehard player or a diehard Destiny player, you're gonna have like 3 characters you're gonna want to do it on. First of all, you want to focus on doing one a week. Okay, you're gonna want to focus on one. If you usually run with 1 or 2 and you are able to get those through the week, then this video is really not for you. You're already doing what you need to do. This is for the people who have a difficult time going flawless in trials. Not necessarily not ever going flawless, but have a difficult time. I'm going to share with you guys some of the techniques that help me and my fellow friends who I also run trials with, and we're able to basically go flawless every week. Okay, so first of all is confidence, or your attitude. Yeah, attitude is more likely. Confidence is going to be with your attitude. First of all, you want to make sure you have a group of friends that are very, very cool, very chill, very confident, very optimistic about the entire thing. Don't do this in a party of 8 where everyone's screaming in the mic while you're trying to concentrate and give out callouts. No, that's distraction. Those guys are scum. Take them out of your life, or at least out of the party for the time being, or mute them. That's what I like to do. I like to mute them, or I tell them, hey guys, can you mute me? Get that sorted out, because that's going to be a distraction. The next thing to do is to make sure you are optimistic about winning. You're going into trials with the mindset that you will be taking home the W. You're gonna be the one with the crown. You're gonna go flawless. You're not gonna use the mercy. Use the mercy thing has to be in the back of your head, like, oh, this is like if we just take the biggest L, right, back to back. That's like, the mercy is not supposed to take into account. Play trials like you don't have a mercy. All right, and the reason for that is that makes you play with a sense of urgency. Trust me, guys, if you go in with trials, trying your best every single game, thinking that you don't have a mercy for every single game, it's going to improve your play at least by 5%, at least, okay? That's just from my experience and what I've told my friends. Hey, play with like you don't have a mercy. You know, we jokingly say it, but at the same time, it gets the job done, all right? Constructive criticism. When you're telling your teammates how they could have done something, make sure it's not or if it's during the game, be mellow about it, be quick to the point. Do not argue the entire game that you should have revived me and you're constantly taking L's. No, that is not the time for that. The time is to recuperate, get back into the zone, and think of a different plan. If you're constantly doing the same thing over and over again, thinking that things are going to change, you're insane by definition. You're going to need to change up your tactics to try to dupe the other team, because the other team more than likely is already, if you're taking massive L's from them, they're very well coordinated, they're very optimistic, and they are basically one bond with each other. All right, all 3 people are in sync. They work well with each other. That's another thing too. You want to find people that you work really well with. I have a set group that I play with, and in that set group, at least one of the people, I have very, very good very good chemistry with them. So that's good. You want to find someone, a tag team partner that you're just really well, that you work really well with. So in terms of doing call outs, or let's just say that you guys want to take your own turns to things, right? You don't really know call outs, so you just kind of say, or you just kind of hang together. That is a good thing too. In this map particular, I don't remember, I believe it's floating gardens. Yeah, floating gardens. If we spawned on right side, we'd rush to middle. No. If we spawn on left side, we try to rush to middle as fast as possible and stick together. And we try to DPS the same person as quick as possible, because team DPS, that's what you call the tactic. Team DPS is amazing. It will just melt through a person, and we use that to our advantages because we also had a dedicated rusher. The second someone went down, the Titan would rush right into enemy territory and take down at least one of the other enemy team, leaving two of them down. That Titan or whomever you want to send out as in that suicide mission will probably die, but that would be a good thing to do because now it's just 2v1. So you're gonna want to set up some tactics that you and your fellow teammates are very comfortable with. That's one thing I've noticed as well, being comfortable with certain tactics, and you're gonna have to be adaptive as well. You're gonna want to adapt with your teammates on what you want to do. Don't start going astray, going, oh, I'm gonna go around and not say anything. Say something to your teammates like, hey, I'm gonna go around, I'm gonna distract them from left while you guys push from right, as an example. Now, if you're doing this on LFG, you're gonna want to at least talk to these people for a good 10 minutes just to kind of get a feel for your teammates, because you're gonna want to see how they react, how they'll take a certain criticism, or how they'll react to a situation, how they'll react to criticism. I think I said that twice. Regardless, another thing too is to feel your enemies. Feel your opponents. How good are they? How good do they play? Are they idiots? Are they geniuses? You want to read them out, because if you cannot take down a certain person, you're going to want to change up the tactics slightly, or maybe switch with another person who might be able to take them down. I ran into people who were just godlike with the sniper. So what we did to cancel that out is that we'd have someone pretending to try to match him, while we had another person rush to their spawn with a shotgun and take down their snipers. That was a good way. That was a good alternative to taking him down, because we couldn't beat him in a DPS fight for our lives. So you're gonna want to get a feel for your enemies. I really shouldn't say enemies, just opponents, because it gets really stressful. Now, in this time of trials, dopamine is a huge factor. Adrenaline is a huge factor. Once you get into the higher rounds, you're gonna just be in a rush, right? Your blood is gonna be pumping at an unbelievable rate. You're gonna be just like seeing things faster than the speed of light. It's gonna be crazy. Your blood is gonna be pumping. It's gonna feel great. But however, at the same time, things get more stressful as you go into the later rounds. For this, I recommend you guys do this. Once you've already won 5 or 6 times in trials, maybe 4, take a break. Take a 15-minute break. Grab a glass of water. Grab some food. Recuperate. Re-energize yourselves. And just give it some time before you guys go right back into flawless. You don't want to fight on an empty stomach. You don't want to fight while you're all stressed out. Especially if the last game was close. No, do not go into the next game immediately. Recuperate. Talk about your guys' strengths and go like, oh, I really appreciate how you guys did this. Upbuild each other, make each other feel good, but stay on track. You want to be like, okay, guys, we're gonna need to do the same thing we did last time. We just need to be a little better or something. Build your guys' strengths. Make sure you're all feeling Gucci about each other before you go in, because being stressed out by your teammates is one factor that always will cost you the L, regardless. I mean, you guys could be the best players ever, but if you guys start criticizing each other for every little thing, then it's gonna play a mental note on them. I think I'm saying the wrong words, but you get what I'm saying. It's gonna play on their mental faculties, and you don't want to have that done, because it will cost you the L. I promise you, it will cost you the L later down the line. Maybe not this trials week, but the next one. Don't keep hindering your teammates because they just keep dying or whatever. Of course you're gonna want to change that tactic if they just keep continuously taking the L from somebody, but don't be too hard on your teammates. Anyways, guys, that's all the tips and tricks I have. I can go into more details, but these are the main ones I want you all to focus on if you're having any real difficulties going flawless. I mean, if you're consistently going flawless, this video really wasn't for you, but you could grab a couple of points off this video and maybe improve your guys' trials for your flawless trials. Instead of going flawless 3 times a week, you might be going 6 times just to help other people out. Because I know back in the day, what I used to do is I used to go flawless 3 times and I would just lax. I'll be relaxed and I'll help other friends go flawless, and when I take the L, I wouldn't even care. But maybe this will give you that edge to just go the extra mile, help your friends out. So that's basically it, guys. If you have any further questions, concerns, or anything like that, leave them in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer them. But this is just what I found works for me and my friends. We've gone flawless every week since the return or since the drop of Rise of Iron. I don't think Trials came out the first week of Rise of Iron. I think it was the second week, but you get what I'm saying. But yeah, guys, that's all. That's what it takes: confidence, attitude, communication, and just knowing when to take a break. All right. So even if you take the L in your fifth match, that means it's time to recuperate. That's when I recommend on your fourth or fifth round, take a quick 15-minute break. That way you're able to replenish your energy and continue to be focused. Now, I'm going to leave you guys to what I got for this week's Trials on my Warlock. I'll see you all in the next one.
Pull up